it's Hannah. Stick around to the end for tips on how to get the most money from the sale of your property. We are here in a small town in America that has completely built itself back from the ground up.
And we're going to talk with some of the people that made it happen.
I kind of just left it up to him. I had a lot of ideas of what I wanted. I wanted to look gallery-like.
He brought your ideas to life.
He did 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting down with Liv to discuss what she's looking for in her next home, whether she's going to buy new, used, and all the different features that she's looking for.
And stick around, we are going to be rehabbing a 100-year-old house that has tons of potential for cash return on investment and amazing living quality. All that and more on this episode of Love This House.
Your home is where your life happens. Buying, selling, rebuilding, we'll show you all the ways you can love this house. Years ago in State Center, Iowa, the storefronts on Main Street were literally falling down. So city leaders got together and with love and hard work, rebuilt them brick by brick. State Center is the rose capital of Iowa, and an army of volunteers keep the huge Rose Garden Park pristine. We just love this charming little village in the Heartland, and it's an inspiration to other small towns across America. David is a builder who grew up here, and he joined me at Starry Grove Coffee Shop to tell me more.
David, where was this city at 20 years ago?
They've come a long, long way in those years. You can look around this town and there just aren't many properties anymore that haven't had new siding, new windows, new shingles, you know, all kinds of things. And the Development Association got involved and started taking on projects, remodeling some of the buildings that were derelict.
Tell me a little bit about how this got funded. Was it private investments? Was it grants? How did all the financials play out here?
There is an endowment to the City of State Center called the Kaufman Fund. And also one of the bigger ones is the Main Street Iowa program. And that's a state funded and operated program.
You've been here your whole life. You've seen the town get rebuilt. How does that feel? What does that mean to you?
You know, when you live in a town this size, everyone knows everyone else.
Yeah.
I've seen it evolve. You know, you look at the heritage of this community and how they've maintained that and saved it for years to come. Kind of corny, but it's heart.
No, it's special.
It's heartwarming, really.
Yes, absolutely. We are here with Kane in his photography studio, and this is one of the buildings that got rebuilt. So please tell us a little bit about this process.
There are a few people that did their own buildings, me included, that we just added to the ambience of what this small little town is. It's got a gallery feel to it, even with all the barnwood and all the exposed brick and whatnot. The tin ceiling that we have here is period. It's original. Yeah. It was repainted over.
I noticed the ceiling
right
when I walked in.
Yeah. Yep.
So now that you've gone through this process, what would you advise other people that might want to do something like this as well?
One of my first things would be making sure that your building has a concrete basement already.
Okay. Yep.
A lot of old buildings of this size and in small towns like this have dirt floors, making sure you have a secure foundation and your roof doesn't leak.
It is absolutely incredible in here. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we are just off of Main Street, about to start the lengthy renovation at this 100-year-old house. Aside from cosmetic items, we've encountered some broken floor joists, outdated electrical, and a few other things that you may expect to find in a home of this age. We are going to get started with the rehab in the basement, but before we jump into all that, I sat down with some clients to discuss what they're looking for in their next home. We are here at the Collier, built by Caliber Company. This beautiful condo building overlooks Vintage Lake and sits adjacent to the district at Prairie Trail. Prairie Trail has all the dining, entertainment, and shopping options that you would want in your next home. There are 2 units remaining, 2 bed, 2.5 bath. These floor plans are super bright, airy, and absolutely stunning. So Liv, tell me, what are the must-haves in your next home?
I would love a new construction. I think I'm leaning that route.
Okay.
But I would also be open to a home that's maybe just a few years old.
Okay.
Definitely want to be in the Des Moines area.
Yep.
My sister's in Des Moines.
Yes.
She just had a new baby.
Yes.
And she's in the Des Moines area, so being close to her would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I'd be open to a townhome.
Okay.
But I think a standalone, definitely a 3-bedroom.
Okay.
It's myself, boyfriend, and our dog.
Yes,
Juniper.
must.
And so I would love a backyard. A deck would be nice as well.
Okay. You know, I know you're leaning a little bit more towards the new construction route, and some of the perks of buying a new home would be everything is brand new. So, you know, worrying about your roof, needing to replace your roof or your water heater or your HVAC going out, you know, those are all brand new and they have warranties on them. And you actually have a builder warranty. So after that first year, you can do another walkthrough with the builder and get some of those items that come up taken care of. When you're looking at older homes, you know, those are items that you might have to keep in mind that you could have some more costly repairs or replacements.
Right.
But you do have the opportunity to maybe make a little bit more, you might be able to get a better return on your investment, and putting, you know, some love and some upgrades into that property is only going to benefit when you go to sell in the long run.
Right.
Okay, so I pulled up just a couple of listings here that you might be interested in before we get started with touring. This one is in the Des Moines area. It's like North Des Moines. It has a walkout basement, a nice deck. It's a ranch. And I know you mentioned earlier you like windows and you like bright light. So this one kind of caught my attention. And
I love that it's a ranch.
yeah. So this particular house was built in 2021. So it's only a couple years old.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
But it's at a really good price point for this area. It looks like the owners in this property did put some upgrades and a little bit of love into it already. So it is still technically a new home, and you already have, you know, a couple things in here that you might have wanted to put in yourself. And then here's another one in Des Moines. And some of these properties say similar to because they're not built yet. I know you have a flexible timeline.
Right, yes I do.
So this is just going to kind of give you an idea of what the finished product will look like when it's done.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I love the living room. This one we should definitely look at.
okay, we'll put it on our list.
If you're looking to buy a new home, chances are you have to sell the one you're in first. So before you go, we are going to go through my checklist of what you can do to get the highest dollar amount for your property. Number 1 is invest in improvements. The kitchen is the heart of the home. So when people come to view your property, they are going to judge the kitchen. Just don't go overboard. A new kitchen can be tens of thousands of dollars. So focus on things like a fresh coat of paint, resurface the cabinets, replace the countertops, change out the hardware and the fixtures. Those things are really going to go a long way and give you the greatest return on your investment. Number 2 is find the right agent. Find an agent that works well with you. I cannot stress this enough. This is probably the most important tip that I would give you. Someone that's going to have a big book of buyers and agents that they can pitch your property to, not just someone that's going to put it online. Number 3, curb appeal. You want people to want to come into your home when they pull up and not drive away. So focus on things like an exterior coat of paint. Maybe you add flower boxes to the windowsill or a bird feeder. Make sure the landscaping and the mulch looks nice around the home. That is going to make for a good first impression when people pull up. Number 4, a pre-listing home inspection. You can have your home inspected for a couple $100s before you list and really know what you're working with and also avoid any surprises. Number 5, professional photos and video. With how prominent social media is these days, you want your listing to stand out when people are scrolling online. This is huge. Home staging. You could have a professional come over and stage your home or just declutter and remove all those personal items from your place. When people come in, you want them to visualize the space as their own. And last but not least, the price. Know the market, do your research, and price accordingly. If you don't have the funds for a costly repair, make sure that that's reflected in your purchase price. Almost every home can find a buyer. Sometimes you just have to get creative. I hope that helps if you're buying or selling. We have actually had homes sell within hours of listing. It's go time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Love This House.